Here we go. Oh yeah. Now, I was just going to put this on Instagram. I have put it on Instagram already, and that's where I was just going to leave it. I didn't think it was a big enough deal to make a video on, but like the situation with Harley Quinn's belt being too high on the stock figure and fixing it, you know, killing off one little thing, one extra thing that bugs you about a figure. One of the things that always bugs me about the 1/4 scale endoskeleton, or any of the endoskeletons by Hot Toys, is when the eyes aren't switched on, when they're off, the Terminator loses a hell of a lot of its presence and menace. When the eyes are off, I don't know, it's one of those things. Once you switch on those eyes and they light up red, it comes alive and it just looks so terrifying. But you can't leave the eyes on constantly, and for all kinds of reasons, your batteries might start to drain or warp or whatever the hell happens to them. And plus your battery's going to, you know, it's just a headache. You don't want to be messing around with batteries, especially on stuff that's this expensive. So what I did was something I've been thinking about doing for almost a year, maybe over a year. I kept looking over at this figure and thinking, how can I solve the problem of having the eyes light up red without having them turned on or any batteries in him? Just take all the batteries out and just leave them nice and safe. So what I did was, it's very crude, but as you can see, it looks just fine. It's just two tiny bits of blue tack, the stuff you use to put up your posters on the wall when you're a kid. Two tiny bits of blue tack over the eyes, and then just paint them red. Now, it won't hold up to really close scrutiny. Like if I go, "Way, check that out," you can kind of see what I've done, kind of obviously. See? It's not that pretty, but from regular viewing distance, and just around the room, you can see how lit up and red those eyes are. And this is a very first attempt. I've literally just done it and thought I'd film it for you now. If I was to take these off, try it again, now that I've had a bit of practice, maybe I could get it even better. And I probably will try it again, because I am a bit of a perfectionist. So, but there's a little idea for any of you guys out there. I'm sure that would work as well for the 1/6 scale figures, although this is 1/4 scale, so it's easier to do because the eyes aren't as small, obviously, as a 1/6 scale figure, but it does and has made a hell of a difference, and it's got that presence back again. Looks really cool. Just thinking about the Terminator, because the Terminator Genesis T800, I think it's a T800. It doesn't look like a complete T800. The new one that Hot Toys have just released in 1/6 scale, these bits here are black, and this chest section is different. Some of the piping's different. The jaw seems wider on the new one. But anyway, it's not the original Stan Winston, James Cameron design. Well, it is, but it's been tweaked and messed around with, so it ain't the original. So I was looking at the pictures by the bloggers and thinking it looks pretty damn cool. I'm kind of tempted. But then again, I've got to save up for Ripley. She's coming out soon, and she's the one I really wanted out of those two. So, and plus, you know, Terminator Genesis. I was just watching some of Terminator Genesis on Netflix just now. I got about maybe 25 minutes in. Had to turn it off again. I tried to watch it. It's the second time I've tried to watch that film. I have seen it all the way through. It's just the first time I fell asleep. It's probably not a good sign. But I'm getting older now, so I fall asleep much easier than I used to. I used to be able to stay up and have game marathons and play GTA till like 7 a.m. And now I can't even handle it till about 8 in the evening. I'm just out like a light. Anyway, that's one little solution for keeping your Terminator looking nice and menacing. Bit of blue tack over his eyes and paint them red. But you really have to make sure you don't put on the blue tack too big, or you'll end up with... I mean, mine looks okay. I still think I can go in, take them off, make them a little bit smaller each eye, and do it again and make it perfect. But there's your idea, and it looks really cool, and I friggin' love this. This is part metal, part plastic. A lot of it is metal. Like, all here, that's all bloody die-cast metal, man. This thing weighs a decent amount. That's the original James Cameron Stan Winston design. Absolute classic, iconic piece of cinema right there. You can't beat the Endoskeleton. So simple, but yet so complicated. It's absolute masterpiece. Creation from hell. Damn.